ladies and gentlemen, the Penncrest Marching Band!
Two good halftime shows for you. 2.5 minutes before the start of the second half, in theory. Come out, they'll put some time on the clock for the teams to warm up. But while we got you, we'll take this time to again thank our game sponsor tonight, the Concordville Inn and Route 1 in beautiful downtown Concordville. Concordville Inn, got to check out the new bar renovations and new setup of TVs and new casual seating area that's coming soon. TVs, the NFL ticket, all the college games you want to see, and Friday night lights with the Garnet Valley Jags featured streaming live from the restaurant every Friday. So as the Jags come out and try to defend this 42-point lead with a running clock, also wanted to mention our alumni association and all the work that they do. Kevin O'Donohue and Dan Foltz putting together some plans. Homecoming's not for a couple of weeks, but October 18th, homecoming will be upon us. The alumni sponsors a tent on Alumni Hill every year. They get a lot of great donations this year and sponsors, including Las Betas Steaks and Hoagies will be up there, and plenty of non-alcoholic beverages and snacks of other sorts.
Annie Ann's Pretzels.
Annie Ann's Pretzels, okay.
They're going to have some giveaways, sweatshirt sales, and it all starts at 6:30.
And there might even be Rob Hayes chili night that night.
We'll twist his arm, Pat. And then after the game, there will be the fireworks at the Valley Point Church, which has become an annual affair as well.
Yeah, that's a win, lose, or draw event once a year. Valley Point sponsors a fantastic fireworks show, and it's something to see regardless. So you'll probably be able to see it from wherever you are in Garnet Valley, but no place better than being at the game live.
That is October 18th versus Strathaven.
399047. Winner takes home $128.
Alec Eskin and Ben Hoyt will be taking the mics here for the second half to bring you the action as they see it.
Pay attention to the game. Pay attention to the game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Penncrest High School. Start of the second half, 42-0, Garnet Valley over Penncrest. But I do want to say one thing. I'm very impressed. I have actually much respect for Penncrest, as they are 2-4 right now. They have a 35-man roster, not a big roster at all. In fact, Kip DuBois, a private school in Philadelphia, who played Marple earlier this year, only has 27. And that's a very small private school, but the Central League, it is not a league to be taken lightly at all. It's a league I have much respect for, and you just can't push around the teams in this league. So I'm very impressed with Penncrest.
Yeah, absolutely not. 2-4 on the year for them. They're doing well They're doing pretty well this year. They're off to a better start than last year. Garnet Valley at Penncrest has really dominated over this first half. I'm really impressed with their intensity and how seriously they took this game this week. Last week they was a little bit sloppy in the first half, made some mistakes, but this is almost a perfect first half for Garnet Valley. Probably the most complete half I've seen from this team so far this year.
Let's move back to Penncrest, actually, because Mr. Ming told me an interesting fact that they only have 23 suited tonight. 23. That means they have to play both ways, and some may have to play special teams. They must be exhausted out there. And even during practice with the small squad, they work as hard as Garnet Valley every single week. Like, I just have so much respect for those teams.
Yeah, absolutely. They obviously do work hard. They're 2-4. When you're only working with 23 guys, you have to exert a lot of energy in every practice and every game. And yes, much respect to the Penncrest Lions, and as they are a good team, and they're not a team to be taken lightly.
So the running clock will be started in the second half, as Garnet Valley will receive the ball as Penncrest took it in the first half. I want to have a shout out to our sponsor, the Concordville Inn. They've done a great job in supporting us. We've gone there before. It's delicious, great food. And yeah, thank you, Concordville Inn.
Yep, the food there is great. I've been there a few times. Yeah, and an A-plus place.
I thought the salmon was good, right? I think I got the burger a couple times, but wasn't the salmon good?
Yeah, I've got the salmon there every time I've gone there, and yeah, it's awesome. The string beans are really good too, as well as their asparagus and
including
potatoes.
the dark side of the moon cake.
Oh,
so good.
Yeah, very, very good.
All right, Penncrest to kick off. Little line drive. Garnet Valley will just hold it there. He'll just drop around the 33-yard line.
Smart decision there by who I believe is Luke Lassick, number 31. Just get on the ball and don't cause any turnovers, and just get out of this game as quickly as possible.
All right, so 1st and 10 on the 34, 42-0, Garnet Valley. And I assume Kevin McGarry will, yeah, there he is. He'll start the second half.
Yeah,
get some of the JV guys some experience.
Yep, you got Boyce in the backfield, McGarry quarterback, and I think Fenster running back still.
2 men in the back, 1 wide. McGarry snaps. That's going to be a first down, probably more. That'll be Brendan Boyce.
And that, if you could fit a truck through that hole, wow, that was a huge hole for Brendan Boyce.
I was surprised he wasn't gone, to be honest, because with the amount of speed Brendan Boyce has, that was a great play by the Penncrest defender to get on top of him.
Yeah, and they made a few tackles that prevented touchdowns. One coming earlier in the game when someone tackled Sam Moore, who would have been gone for a touchdown, but did not stopped just before he got there.
Good play. It's not going to be much. Minimal gain. That'll be 2nd and 9, if not nothing at all.
And
or they pick up 3.
I'm not. I think that's 2. You got a lot of second string players out there, as well as JV players getting some experience. Obviously, good night to do it, considering that Garnet Valley is up 42-0 with a running clock in the third quarter.
Brendan Boyce, the handoff. That'll be a first. Russ will move the chains. 10:35 left to go in the third. 42-0.
This is probably the best game I've seen this offensive line play all year.
Yeah.
Huge holes opening up left and right, and it's amazing to me how many yards they've gotten on the ground because of that offensive line. And passing, too, I think they've gotten 11 yards there as well.
However, we cannot overlook the special teams tonight. Special teams is paramount in this game, and they've just been so impressive tonight. Oh, I think that's going to be offside there. Will the spaceship come in for a landing?
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever seen.
All right, so 1st and 5 there.
An offsides penalty there. I was going to say this is the first time in high school football that I've ever seen a referee with a microphone, and I like that.
I kind of like it, yeah.
Future, yeah. It's nice to know 100% what the penalty is and who it's on.
All right, carry there for the Jags. That'll be Brian Bradley.
Which is the Brian Bradley?
Yep. Brian Bradley kind of deja vu there with his brother Dan Bradley. Last year he did that a lot, getting to the outside and accelerating for a lot of yards.
Yeah, Dan Bradley now at Mount St. Mary's for lacrosse.
A lot of these football players on this team are really, really good lacrosse players. One of those being Jake Moore, who's going to Penn State, and Sam Moore as well as and Greg Reynolds too.
2 wide, 2 in the backfield. They'll kill the play there. McGarry, he'll keep it himself. He'll gain about 8 on this play.
One thing I've noticed from him, he plays in he starts the JV games a lot. He is very, very efficient in what he does. He doesn't cause a lot of turnovers, and even if he doesn't get a lot of yards, when he runs the offense, they have good ball security and they don't make many mistakes.
All right, 2nd and 1 on the 10. Citarelli wide.
I'd like to see a pass here, just see what McGarry can do with throwing the ball.
All right, so we are down to the 1.
Brings up the 1st and goal. Ball on the 1-yard line.
It looks like you got McGarry, Citarelli at wide out, Brian Bradley, and a lot of JV players who could be starting next year.
They'll hand it off to Boyce, and that's a touchdown. With 8:01 left to go, it's now 48-0 Jags, and Libertar will attempt the extra point.
Boyce plowing in the end zone there. Offensive line creating a lot of holes. Very good series offense. Very good series overall for that offense.
Zach Libertar's kick is up, and it is through. And with that extra point, it'll make it 49-0. 8:01 left to go in the 3rd.
And while this is obviously not the night that Penncrest would have hoped to have, you go out there and just have fun at this point. Just play football and play the best brand of Penncrest football they can.
I really hope they're having fun, because it would kill me to play offense, defense, and even at some points special teams. You must be exhausted at this point. You're losing 49-0, and you're just running and running and running. That must be painful.
Yeah, I can't imagine that would not be tiring for the Penncrest players. Yeah, just have some fun right now and look and move on to the next week.
Speaking of next week, we will have the Unite for Her game at home against Upper Darby. Please tune in to YouTube or Stretch next week.
Yep.
And remember, tomorrow, the Oneness podcast will feature next week against Upper Darby as well on the iTunes Store and Spotify and Twitter.
Yep. Those always seem to do well. Thank you to those of you who've been listening to the Oneness podcast weekly. We really appreciate it, and because me and Ben do work hard on those.
Yeah, we are on the same software as Taylor Swift, just with much less hits.
Yeah, a little bit less.
7:40 left to go. 49-0. All right, they'll hand it off. He's found a hole. He's pretty close to the first, and they give it to him. So I think that's the second first down of the day.
Yeah, Mason Peck. That's probably one of the. I've only seen probably like 5 or 6 positive runs tonight from this Penncrest offense. Obviously good to see, and confidence booster as well.
Cullmink pushing Peck out. I know Peck's brother Travis is a football player as well, my former Little League teammate. Funny, it's a small world.
Yeah, it certainly is.
7:03 left to go. 49-0. And they'll be stuffed before they can get to the line of scrimmage.
And one thing I've noticed tonight is that defensive line has been in the backfield even before their quarterback Jimmy Cage was able to hand it off to the running back Mason Peck. And Sam Moore tonight, he was probably spending more time in the defensive backfield than he was on offense tonight.
Yeah, he's an impressive player, all right.
Yep. Well,
Excelling both on offense and defense and in lacrosse.
yeah, both are extremely athletic and both help out their respective lacrosse and football teams a lot.
Cage. Pass is complete. First down, Penncrest.
Now it looks like they're starting to move the ball a little bit better. Good for them. At this point, you don't want to have a shutout. You want to put points on the board.
Penncrest picks up the first down.
That is the Pat O'Shea. So, 1st and 10 on the 44-yard line. 5:48 to go in the third.
Let me guess a pass here. Oh, run.
They're going to run it.
Nice tackle by Brian Bradley.
Brian Bradley with the tackle. Run by Mason Peck.
Bradley makes the tackle.
Did not let him get another yard than he could.
2nd and 7.
And Garnet Valley looks like they'll move to 6-1. Hopefully they'll move up the District 1 power rankings. After losing their first game of Downtown West, they have won their last 6. One against and one that's including against Hereford. So after that loss, it has been a very impressive it has been a bunch of very, very good games for the Jaguars.
Speaking of Downingtown West, do we actually have a score on that? Okay.
Yeah. West and East playing each other. That big rivalry game. Both are undefeated too. Obviously none. It's kind of more of like a neutral site, considering that both of them share Kottmeyer.
Yeah, it's like a home game for both of them. I know friends have gone. It's just completely packed. Barely can move. Great football environment. This is a perfect night for it too. In the 50s. Peck is going to be, I think, just short.
Yeah, it looks like it. The official never signaled a first down.
First down by Dylan Hogan.
Nice play by Dylan Hogan to shove him out.
And
So 4th and probably just inches, but 4th and 1.
And last I checked, Marple and Ridley were tied at 14 at the half. That probably has changed at this point.
That is significant for 2 reasons, ladies and gentlemen. 1, they're in the Central League. 2, we would be playing Ridley right now if the season ended at Ridley. We are the 9th, they are the 8th. So this is a big game for us, as the 4th down try was unsuccessful. It'll be a turnover on downs.
Yes, and going back to what you were saying, if you're going to value, you want Ridley to win because you don't play Marple, but you play Ridley. And it's another chance to gain more points because each opponent you win against, you get a point for each of their wins, and as well as what league they're in. So, for example, if they're in 6A, they get 6 points. If they're 5A, you get 5 points.
Right. What's significant about the Plymouth Whitemarsh Cheltenham game tonight is that not only do we want Plymouth Whitemarsh to lose, as that's going to be a first down.
Brendan Boyce again.
That'll be Brendan Boyce. But also, Cheltenham's a 5A team, so it doesn't affect the 6A standings, which is actually good for us because no 6A team gets points for that win. It's a 5A win.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're going to value, you want the 5A teams to beat the 6A teams outside the Central League.
All right, so 2:45 remaining in the third. 49-0. McGarry. Hands off to the second man. And he'll get about 8.
Yeah, and however, in the Central League, there is a combination of 6 and 5A teams. For example, Garnet Valley is a 6A team as well as Haverford and Ridley. And teams like Penncrest, Lower Merion, and Radnor are all 5A teams.
That's why I want Marple to win. Because it's still a 5A team winning against a 6A team in the league.
Really, I'm actually thinking the opposite because because Garnet Valley has a better chance of getting more points if you
That's gonna come back, but
yeah, but the reason I want Ridley to win is because if they win, that's another chance to get another point for Garnet Valley. And if Marple wins, they don't get any chance to get more points because Garnet Valley does not play Marple and they play Ridley. So therefore, if Ridley wins, they would come with a better record against Garnet Valley, and if Garnet Valley wins, they would have the potential to get another point.
right. But I see what you're saying. But we're facing Ridley at the end of the season anyway. We can actually just win that game. I'm more concerned district playoff wise and stuff like that, leading up to it.
I hear what you're saying there too. For Garnet Valley, for Garnet Valley, the point is you just want to get as many wins as you can heading into the District 1 playoffs, and you can't overlook some of these teams. Like in the last 2 weeks, you're playing 2 very good teams in Strathaven and in Ridley.
So Cheltenham is beating Plymouth Whitemarsh 14-7. Downingtown West is beating Downingtown East 21-14 in a close nail biter. And Haverford is beating Harriton 35-0. And Ridley is tied with Marple Newtown 14-all.
That's a good game to watch.
That is a very good game to watch.
And one that Garnet Valley fans should have an eye on, as well as the East-West game. East-West for District 1, Marple and Ridley for Central League.
North Penn is beating Souderton 26-21. That's significant because Souderton is ahead of Garnet Valley in the standings right now as we speak. They may still be if they lose, but if they lose another one, they're playing CB West in a couple weeks. So they could lose another one, and then they would fall to Garnet Valley.
Yeah. Encroachment there by Penncrest, first down for Garnet Valley. Going back to what you were saying, you want Souderton to lose this game, and you said they're playing CB West.
They are
correct?
playing CB West, yeah.
Is it at CB West?
I think so, but we have another score update. Upper Darby's beating Radnor 13-12. We are facing Upper Darby next week.
Yep, and Upper Darby, a good team. However, they did lose their starting quarterback Kevin Carwood, as well as their starting running back as well.
Touchdown, Garnet Valley. That's going to be Brian Bradley.
Yeah, a nice night for him. That's his first touchdown of the night.
That's a 33-yarder for Brian Bradley with 20.2 seconds left to go, 55-0. Westchester Henderson is beating Great Valley 31-7 in the third quarter.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, Great Valley is not a bad team either. Good for Henderson.
And finally, let's hear it for our senior cheerleader.
So with that extra point, it'll make it 56-0. 20.2 left to go in the third.
And Maddie
Yeah, and this game is, I would say at this point, it's out of hand. 56-0 Garnet Valley. 20.2 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Once again, overall, fantastic night for all phases of Garnet Valley. An A+ game for them.
Breaking news, Plymouth Whitemarsh has tied it up 14-all against Cheltenham. Cheltenham's legit this year, Alec. They are undefeated through the year in 5A. They were good last year. I think they were the 7 seed in the 5A playoffs, but they seem to have improved over the course of the year, so they are a team to watch out for.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm very curious to see what the outcome of that game is, too.
And another breaking news, Downingtown West scored again, 35-21 over East. So probably West will stay at top of the power rankings. And breaking news again: Marple Newtown is beating Ridley 28-21.
Wow. Well, that's in my opinion. That's good. That's good for Garnet Valley. You said score is 21-17, correct?
28-21.
21. That a good game.
Andrew Jackalis on the tackle. 12.3 left to go in the third quarter. 56-0. They'll take over on the 14-yard line. JV Bomb Squad now in the game.
Yeah, a lot of good games tonight here in District 1 in Central League.
Time will expire, and at the end of the third, 56-0, Garnet Valley over Penncrest.
Not a sport. I was expecting Garnet Valley to win tonight, but not by 50. But they would not. But I was not expecting them to have a 56-point lead by the end of the third quarter.
All right, let's take a look at our schedule moving forward through the season. Next week, we have a home game against Upper Darby. That'll be the Unite for Her game. I'm trying to get an interview at halftime as we speak, so hopefully we'll get an interview with Unite for Her next week. Next, then after that, we have Strathaven. That's our homecoming game. If you're not able to make it to homecoming, of course, check the stream. And after that, we go on the road to face the Ridley Green Raiders for our last game of the season. Then we move forward to playoff time.
Yeah, the last two games of the season I'm excited for as well. Well, let's talk about Upper Darby.
Yeah.
Upper Darby, a good team. They're 3-4 on the. They're 3-3 on the year, I believe. And also off the field, it's Unite for Her. It's a student-run organization. Which is a fantastic organization that raises money and awareness for cancer, and it's just a great program, and it deserves a lot of support. And remember to wear your pink next week for Unite for Her night against Garnet Valley. Against Upper Darby.
Just an important fact before we resume: Kevin Kerwood, the quarterback, and Upper Darby star running back are out for the season, and this is the Upper Darby coach's last year at the program.
Yep.
So stay tuned for that in the Oneness podcast.
Yep. Coach Rich Gentile, very good coach with them, a long-time coach with them. I think at least 2 decades, and it's going to be sad to see him go.
11:37, 56-0. Second and 11.
Let's talk about the Unite for Her Unite for Her program again. Obviously, student-run. A fantastic organization run by a lot of fantastic people, and it's amazing what they have done to raise awareness for breast cancer and money as well. It's just overall an A+ organization.
They do so much in the community. They do pink games for every sport, raising money throughout the community.
Yep.
They are just such a great organization. They're student run just like us in the broadcasting program, but which I think is even more amazing to me, because knowing our program, it's hard to coordinate things, and with that big a program, must be tremendously difficult to coordinate things. So I want to give them a round of applause there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's 56-0 Garnet Valley.
Yeah, 11:37 left to go. Cage, 2 wide, 1 extra man in motion.
They love doing that. They've done that same thing all night.
Little screen and he will get drilled.
Nice tackle there by Cullen Mink. Yeah, great form, and defense has had very good form all night.
So Cullen Mink with the tackle. 11:18 left to go. 56-0.
Yep.
You have 3rd and 14 on the 10-yard line of Penncrest.
Yep. Just finish out this game and leave with the W and move on to the next one. It looks like it's 3rd and 14 for Penncrest.
Cage looks to pass. high, and that is incomplete.
And the Dozy Oklo was right on that play. Very nice play by him. Nice coverage. Nice job reading the quarterback size. Fourth down and another, what looks to be another Penncrest punt.
That was intended for O'Neal. So they'll be punting out of their own end zone, and that's risky business, ladies and gentlemen. They have 2 blocked punts tonight, and if it's blocked in the end zone, it's a done deal for that possession.
Yeah, and it's pretty much a done deal for the game. It looks like Garnet Valley's going to win.
Garnet Valley's trying to get their guys on the field. Almost blocked again, and there's going to be a flag. They ran right into him.
Yeah, it looks like that.
And he's down.
Yeah, it looks like Brandenburg was getting a little bit aggressive there, trying to block that punt.
Good that he walked under his own power, and the ref threw another flag for some reason. I think that's the punter for unsportsmanlike conduct. Must have said something that he did not like.
Look, the referee doesn't realize his mic's on. He was talking to another one of them.
Didn't realize he was actually talking out loud to the general public.
Yep. The high school referees are not used to using this type of technology yet. Obviously, good for high school football and good for the future as well.
There were 2 fouls on the play. Personal foul, roughing the kicker on the defense. That penalty will be enforced. There was, after the play, there was unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense. That penalty will also be enforced. The result of the play will be 1st and 10.
So offsetting penalties, roughing into the kicker, and unsportsmanlike conduct by the punter.
Yep. It looks like that's going to be, same spot, which is at the, which I believe is at the 12-yard line. I'm sorry. I apologize. Wait.
That's about right.
Wait, they're going to walk it up, but they're going to have to walk it back too. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what the point of that is, considering that you know the ball is going to be in the same spot.
Fair point. All right, they're going to have a little deliberation.
Yeah.
So, 1st down and 10. Yeah, that was something.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the umpire walked it 15 yards and walked it back, considering they knew it was going to be in the same spots.
He did get some exercise, though.
Yeah, lose a few calories.
More steps on his Fitbit.
Yep, you need to get those 10,000 each day.
1st down and 10. And he's stuffed.
Man, they've been in that backfield almost immediately almost every play. And it's been so impressive tonight. Got very good. Once again, a very good night for the defense for Garnet Valley.
Yeah, they're gonna have. Yeah, I think they're gonna have negative rushing yards for the game, just like the Lower Merion game in Week 3 of the season.
Yep.
Jags defense playing phenomenal tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks to be a dominating victory.
All right, so 2nd and 11. Pass is complete.
Yeah, don't throw him to the ground there. You don't want to get another personal foul.
That's going to be O'Shea. So, no gain. 3rd and 11.
Yeah.
Oh nope. 3rd and 7.
Third and 17. I was looking at where the ball was spotted, not the actual yards to go. Yeah, it's been a lighthearted night tonight here in the booth.
Just a little trip up Route 1 for this game.
Yeah, it's only like 10-15 minutes away from Garnet Valley. A nice short trip.
Except Route 1 will be closed for the time being because of the Wawa train station.
Yep. They did the same thing last weekend. They have that big Wawa factory right on Route 1 heading towards Media. And of course, it's grown so much that they have to build a train station too there, just so they can get all their employees there with another way of transportation.
4th and 4.
This time they did not try to change to a punt team.
It's a pretty good punt. Fair catch.
Ooh, that was almost fair catch interference.
I was going to say.
Yeah, nice job by Elastic there, corralling the ball and not dropping it.
All right, so 7:28 left to go in the 4th. 56-0.
Not sure why they're not running the clock here.
Spot the ball.
Yeah, they're
Change of possession. They'll spot the ball. Help us slow down.
just going to spot the ball. They're just going to go as quick as they can.
Yeah, now it looks like you got Human Saeed and Brian Bradley in the backfield.
They'll hand off to the second man, Brian Bradley. Picks up a good bit of yards. Be around 2nd and 5. So 2nd and 5 on the 45. 6:53 to go.
That might actually be David Torrens. Let's see. Yeah, I think it is number 25.
All right, David Torrens and Humam Saeed in the backfield. No one wide. And they'll hand off to Torrens again, and
Looks like they're going to give him the first.
no, he's going to be just short. Nope, they're going to give it to him. So, 1st and 10 on the 45.
Congratulations, welcome back, Rachel Westcott.
Just a reminder that every touchdown is sponsored by Joseph Anthony Resort Spa and Salon. And there will be penalty there. Let's see what this is.
Been very jumpy tonight. I believe that is their 3rd offside penalty of the night.
Encroachment on defense.
So it's going to be encroachment
First down.
and 1st down for the Jags. 1st and 5. 6:06 left to go.
Yep. Starting the clock once again.
All right. 2 back, no wide. They'll hand off to Saeed, and he'll get it. First touch for Saeed gets a 1st down for the Jaguars.
Yeah, both of these guys in the backfield are very speedy.
5:38 left to go, 56-0.
Yeah. This has been a long, methodical drive, just as Grand Valley likes it. Just handing the ball off and getting those 5 or 6 yard chunks every time.
Torrens. Good rush there by Torrens. As it'll be 2nd down and just a chunk to go. 2nd and 3. Five minutes left to go.
Yep. Just pick up the 1st down here for Garnet Valley.
Penncrest loads the box, expecting a run.
And they do get a run, but Garnet Valley is still able to get the 1st down. The offensive line once again just plowing ahead and giving those. And my guess is that the average tonight has probably been at least 9 yards per carry.
Yeah, about 8 or 9 yards a carry. Pretty much what we've been getting for most of the season. I think, as you said earlier, Ryan Gallagher averaged 10 yards.
Yeah,
10 yards.
Yeah, a lot of speed on this team this year.
2 wide. They're going to go to Torrens. He'll go to the outside. It's pretty close.
Torrens off right side.
Looks like he's just short.
See where they spot the ball and see what they give him. Just short. So it's going to be on the 4.
We could,
2nd and 3.
we could be getting first ever touchdown, varsity touchdowns for either Torrance or Saeed.
Where we have 2 wide, 2 in the backfield. McGarry. He takes a snap. And they're not going to get much.
Yeah, they weren't fooled that time. This is eating up a lot of clock, and I think Garnet Valley's pretty much had the ball for the entirety of the fourth quarter. Okay.
You got 3 minutes left to go. 3rd and 3.
And they're taking their time getting into the huddle.
3rd and 3 for the Jaguars.
Yeah. Harrison goes out. Saeed and Torrance in the backfield. McGarity quarterback.
And?
They're going to give it to him. Nope.
No, it's going to be 4th down.
Oof, that's close too.
Big stop again made by Jerry Kuya.
So what do you do at this point? Do you kick? Do you go for it? Do you just wait?
I might actually kick the ball here just to get Stansfield a field goal attempt, because I think there's only been...
No, they're going to go for it.
4th and 1 for the Jaguars. A ball on the 2-yard line.
So, and they're going to call a timeout just to rethink it.
Not exactly sure why you take the timeout there.
So, never mind, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Penncrest timeout.
Yeah.
They must have seen something that they did not like.
Looks like they're trying to prevent another Garnet Valley touchdown. Garnet Valley's been rolling on this drive.
They've been rolling on pretty much every drive.
Other than the first drive in the first quarter, it's pretty much just been quick punches. Yeah. Or Penncrest might be trying to torture us because they want the game. They want the game to end later because Mr. Patterson said 9:30. The 202 closes, so therefore Garnet Valley would have to use the long way.
Yeah, it's either... No, if you're going to lose, just torture us by closing down Route 1 in the process so we don't get home.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully this Garnet Valley team can cross those roads before 9:30, so that way they can get home a little more quickly.
2 wide, 2 in the backfield, 4th and 1. Saeed, touchdown.
And the sideline's going nuts right now. Good for Saeed, his first varsity touchdown. Very good player, and congratulations to Saeed once again for the first varsity touchdown of his career.
62-0, 2:11 left to go. Good for Saeed.
Mm-hmm. And good for the Jaguars.
This is, I think, the positive that everyone gets to play today.
Yes, pretty much everyone on that sideline who isn't hurt probably did get to play at some point or another.
Libertar with the extra point. It is up, and it is perfect.
Right down the middle.
It was scorched, too.
Wow, 63-0 Garnet Valley. What a game tonight for them. What a game.
So, every touchdown is sponsored by Joseph Anthony Spa and Salon. They will be donating for every Garnet Valley touchdown. And while we're at this break, I'll tell you my Joseph Anthony story, because why not? We've been going there for years. And one day, sat down, waiting for like a haircut. And there's a representative who saw my Phillies shirt and is like, "Oh, you like the Phillies?" I'm like, "Yes, of course I like the Phillies." She's like, "Cole Hamels is back there getting his haircut." And I'm like, "What?" So after this whole like haircut stuff, I got to meet Cole Hamels in a hair salon.
Cole Hamill is obviously a very good pitcher for the Phillies.
And he did have great hair.
He does have great hair. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that much. maybe a possible Phillies reunion this offseason.
Yeah.
He's a free agent.
What I learned
Just throwing it out there.
What I learned from that haircut is he has like a 3-hour hair treatment.
I'm sure he does. You need. There's a reason why that hair looks really good.
So Penncrest receives the kickoff. And if we would be in the NFL, we would be approaching the 2-minute warning. 2:02 left to go. 63-0 Garnet Valley over Penncrest.
Yep. So, but this is not the NFL, and the clock will just continue to run.
Let's get some updates on the scores from around the conference and the district. So Plymouth Whitemarsh is tied with Cheltenham 21-21 in the fourth quarter. Downingtown West has pulled away from Downingtown East 49-21 in the third. Ridley leads Marple Newtown 28-21 in the fourth quarter.
Wait, can you repeat the Ridley score again?
33-21 Ridley North Penn over Souderton. 28-21 Ridley over Marple.
Yeah, Marple, I guess, is starting. I guess Ridley maybe copying Strathaven's way of playing their defense. Because it now looks like they found a weakness.
Upper Darby tied with Radnor 20-20. 21-0 Strathaven over Springfield. And those are pretty much your scores in high school on these Friday night lights. 45 seconds left to go. 63-0.
All right. Yep. Just to put a bow on it, best game of the year for Garnet Valley in all phases of the game. Very efficient, very intense, very enthusiastic night for all the Garnet Valley players and coaches, and once again, just a really good game played by this Garnet Valley team against a decent Penncrest team.
Before we sign, there's a fumble. Before we sign off tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank again the Concordville Inn and Joseph Anthony for being our sponsors tonight. Concordville Inn especially, great food, great place to sit, talk, and eat. And Joseph Anthony, great hair salon, and Met Cole Hamels.
Yep.
That's a bonus.
Yep. That goes for me as well. Thank you to those sponsors for allowing us to broadcast this game. We cannot do it without them. And luckily, they get to broadcast a 63-0 Garnet Valley win.
Final 63-0. Back to Mr. Mink and Mr. Patterson for. We'll actually sign off. It is 63-0 Garnet Valley over Penncrest in the Route 1 rivalry. And next week we will face Upper Darby in the Unite for Her game. Make sure to tune in for that if you can't get to the game. Of course, homecoming will be after that. Great showing from the Jags tonight.
Yep, absolutely. And don't forget to wear pink next week for the if you're going to the game against Upper Darby.
So that is it from Mr. Patterson, Mr. Mink, Cade Marcuson, Goody Marcuson, Alec Eskin. I'm Ben Hoyt saying so long. Let's go Jags. Good night, everyone.